What's going on, son?
We're back on the on Trifecta Live on WICR.
Perhaps let me know the name of the show.
I don't know the name of the show, but I know the name of the next segment, the Hip Hop Breakdown.
Next segment,
where I tell y'all 3 stories, and y'all are gonna listen, and you're gonna throw your input in it. So let's get into it.
What the do?
Now, so as you guys know, tonight is the BET Hip Hop Awards on BET.
It's tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight.
Is
it? It's tonight at 8 o'clock. And it was filmed over the weekend. And it's set to have performances by Rich Homie Quan, Future, Dej Loaf, T.I., and Travis Scott, who will be closing out the show.
Oh.
So I think that's the only one I'm interested in.
Sounds like a lituation.
Sounds like a lituation. Sounds like a rodeo. So I'm interested in that. But one thing I was kind of disappointed in, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to agree with me on this, is the Cypher list.
Cyphers suck.
Like, we actually, me, Matthew, and our boy Marcus, George, were in the booth. We're in the computer lab the other day. We were watching past Cyphers, and I was thinking, like, I was hoping 2015 would be that year to have better Cyphers. Exactly. Like, that's not the year, and that's not the case. The only one couple people I'm excited for this year is Vince Staples, Casey Veggies, Redman, Eric Sermon, Dougie Fresh, and that's about it really. And Keith Murray.
It's like 20 people performing, and majority of them suck.
Like,
and you don't even know who they are.
Wait, are those the only good people that are on the Cyphers?
The ones that
you don't know majority. Like, I know you do not know majority.
Like, do you know who Black Thought is? Do you know who?
Yeah, Black Thought.
You're wildin'.
Do you know who Jackie Spade is?
No.
Do you know who Trips is?
Who?
Trips.
No.
Nicole Paris?
No.
J-Mo?
No.
All right, there you go. Tink, though. Tink's going to be on there.
Oh, of course. I'm excited for that.
Be on there. And Rory, who actually dropped an EP.
Why don't you name
Talking about Rory.
I told you, these are the people that I'm interested in.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, it should be a great show, hopefully.
And the GOAT, Charlie Clips, is performing.
Oh.
He's gonna do what Murray Mook did last year and shut the whole thing down.
Smack.
Shout out to all my battle rap fans out there.
All right. The next story we got is Dr. Dre planning out a European tour. So during an appearance on Dre's show on Beats One called The Pharmacy, Dre talked about plans to go on a European tour with Snoop, Eminem, and Kendrick, and he wants to call it Beats and Rhymes. So you guys should expect that in the plans. How would you guys respond to that?
I heard him saying he wanna do it, but I heard he's not exactly sure if it could go down. Like, he's like, that's a lot of.
Why European though? That's my problem.
How'd you gather those people for Europe?
Like, I mean, we need that in America. We need that in the United States. That's what I want to see.
If not America, I don't care.
And finally, Mr. Kanye has been in the press lately. Once again, he's returned, but no news on new music, unfortunately. But he actually did a comedical appearance on American Idol.
Comedical.
I don't know if that was a word or not, but
it's a word on the show, man.
That's right. That's right. Shout out to Roberto. But yeah, he came on American Idol, did a joke audition that's set to air very soon. In addition to that, he did a performance on...
Wait, I just want to say that. Do you know how many times I saw that damn story on my Twitter feed? I'm tired of hearing about this thing, man. I don't even want to talk about it, but go ahead.
For you guys who don't know, Kanye came to American Idol, performed Gold Digger.
Oh, so he did perform.
Yeah, he did a cover. Kanye West did a cover of Gold Digger by Kanye West from American Idol. I hope he makes it.
I mean, I thought it was funny. We never really get to see Ye having fun like that, so I thought it was pretty cool. Then also, he made an appearance at the Democratic National Convention fundraiser and performed. I really thought it was a rumor that he was actually going to be performing new songs off of his new alleged album, Swish. Once again, Matthew's laughing because, once again, that did not happen. He just performed his hits throughout the years, including Power.
Did you see the powerful visuals, though?
Yeah. I mean, visuals, it was just like, him with a group of Yeezy Season 2 people, basically.
Yeah, but the way that they were dressed and set up, I think that was extremely powerful.
Cool. I think it was cool, but
they were all wearing like monochromatic colors, and then one monochromatic color, and then all you see, and they were all of one dark color, and then you have Kanye West, who was the darkest color. So I think that was a great use of color. I don't know, Matt. What do you think? You usually have a comment on this.
I didn't see the full performance. I did see a picture.
Right.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. I like the way everything blends together because a lot of things about physical performances, everything has to blend properly for you to appreciate the music. because a performance not only just the music, is also the visuals that go along with it. That's why we don't just listen to it on our iPods. We listen to it, we want to see it in person. And Kanye's a really artistic person. I like the way he just made it mesh the same way with season 2. Like, just everything Kanye does is usually pretty uniform in terms of color lately, and I like it. It's minimalism.
I mean, I saw the performance, and he killed it, in my opinion. He did Power, Black Skinhead, All Day, Don't Like, and all these songs he did at a Democratic convention. So I kind of thought that was kind of cool in itself, and definitely a worthy performance. You guys to go see it. And finally, Kanye West did an interview last week with In Camera.
The Kanye segment.
He talked about his family, types of women he finds attractive, and of course his fashion. But one thing I took out of it was him talking about his last 3 solo projects, Yeezus, 808s, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Ye said that he feels 808s and Yeezus are so much stronger than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and that record in itself was more of an apology record. He also said that Power was his least progressive single that he ever put out. So, my question to all of you is, what do you guys feel? Do you guys feel 808s and Yeezus are more superior to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, or do you feel the other way? Now, why?
All right, now I love every single Kanye album ever. Kanye's my favorite artist ever. Everybody knows that. But MVDTF was probably the biggest album I probably ever heard. Like, just the way it was put together, the campaign for it. I always loved the campaign, the art style for it, the whole fashion. It wasn't just like an album. It was an entire movement behind the album. He dropped songs every single Friday. Now everybody want to do that stuff. He started wearing a lot of red, wore red clothes, red shoes. Everybody wanted to wear all red. People still do that now. He just influenced such a big era of fashion and music for the whole new decade that album is just monumental. That's like his magnum opus. And Yeezus had a lot of work put into it as well. A lot of work taken out of it. And I appreciate Yeezus too. And AOS and Heartbreak is revolutionary as well. But I think MBDTF is like its pinnacle of work.
I feel like I got what he said, and I've always co-signed this, that I feel like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was definitely an apology record. I felt like it was the record that he had, that it was the record that the public really needed out of him, considering the events. One was 808s, which was a critically panned album. And the Taylor Swift. Yeah, it was. Like, a lot of people did not like 808s.
A lot of people didn't like 808s.
A lot of
first listen.
He even said that in the interview.
A lot of fans did it, but in terms of like end of year records and like reviews, like, I got like a lot of great reviews.
Well, he said it in the interview that it was panned.
Well, people panned, like the average person panned it at first.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, that's my point. Like, that album was panned by public opinion as well as the Taylor Swift incident. So maybe all these elements together, he decided to come up with that album that would be undeniably good. And that's why I feel that was his point, that Yeezus and 808s are one of the albums that he wanted to make from his creative mind, like genuine from him, rather than having to make an apology record. So to me, I love 808s and Yeezus a lot. Like, those are my albums. So I kind of agree with him on that statement.
I think that 808s and Yeezus are two of the albums that were his most progressive sounding. So I think that they really out of the production on the albums were the most that really sounded different. So we have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which sounded a lot like it was a radio album. That's what I feel. Yeezus, you never heard, you didn't hear any of the singles on the album make it to radio except what was the first song that was on the record?
That was Black Skinhead.
So you had Black Skin, but it didn't really make a radio dent. At least not to me. It didn't really make that much radio of an impact on radio. And then you have 808s, which did make a dent on the radio, but then again, that album sounded so different than to what you were hearing on the radio. So that's why I feel like Kanye is saying this.
He's always gonna be his opinion. I mean, every album sounded different than the last one. He's definitely one of the most progressive artists, if not the most progressive artist in hip hop. My main thing in MVDTF is that you still see the influences of that album today. Like everything artists do and people do now, like a lot of the rap world, is built off of that album. Like, just even down to people wearing like all these extra graphic, like, Renaissance-esque shirts and everything, the slinky stuff that I wear. The red shoes, like everything is built off that. Wearing a bunch of Cuban link chains, all the way down to just like having mini features on one song, the just raw jungle feel of the album. It was just made the longest video of all time. longest music video of all time off that album, and made a movie out of it. Like just everything he did. All the Lights was 22 people. He didn't even layer the track in terms of the orchestra. He made 22 individual people sing on All the Lights. Like just everything in that album was just a masterpiece.
To me, I feel like 808s is also a factor in that too, because if it wasn't for 808s, we wouldn't even have guys like Drake feel like it's okay to sing these songs. And So Far Gone is definitely a child of 808s and Heartbreak, which led to basically the Toronto sound, if you would even agree. I feel like The Weeknd is involved with that, Kid Cudi, as well as a lot of other alternative hip-hop artists, definitely. I think 808s is definitely a big influence as well. Yeezus, I feel like, will come around in the course of the year, starting now up until whenever. I feel like that's just now getting the praise it deserves, in my opinion. So, yeah. And that's all the time we got for the hip-hop breakdown, but we'll be right back after this commercial break. Thank you, Roberto. This is the Trifecta Live on WICR.
WICR presents This Moment in History. Today.